say the rosary for 46 days in a row. I mean, like, I say the rosary every now and then, but I kind of used it as okay, you know, something's happening now, like, so I need to use my magic beads and maybe something will get sorted out. Like, that's how I was using them. And the thought of doing the rosary every day really, it sounded so taxing. But when Father said, you know, just try, that was like one of the first things he said, like, just try. And then I think it was one of the virtues as well, talking about trying to do it. It's okay if you're not perfect, but the fact that you're trying means everything. So I carried on plodding along, doing the rosary, and like, these videos have been very reflective in the sense that it's like, you know, ask Mary for help when you're praying the rosary. Ask God, you know, to help you with your intentions and stuff, because then it starts becoming about other things and other people. And one of the things I prayed for, like, closer to like maybe a quarter of the way through, is like, you know, it's like, give me the desire to change. Like I don't think I'm a specifically holy person. I would like to be. And I've really started feeling that, like, and I think I'll try and do the rosary forever now, every day, like, as much as possible. But one of the things that really did affect me quite positively is I had like quite a strained relationship with my sister, and it was based on pretty much she had come to Cape Town to have a wonderful holiday with me, and I broke my foot. This was last year. And I don't know if you know anyone who's been injured, they kind of become a grumpy old person, but like kind of nasty, because you're not in a nice situation. You have to ask people for help. I mean, for me, it's the worst thing to ask anyone for help. I'm very independent, and now my younger sister is running circles around me, which was hard for her too, because she was supposed to be in Cape Town on holiday, and now her sister's turned into a Grinch, and she has to serve her like 24/7. So it took quite a strain on our relationship, and even though we had moved past that, you know, it was a year afterwards, it really stuffed things up. So every time we got together, it wasn't quite the same, you know, like I wasn't her big sister who could help her with things. She didn't want to listen to any of my advice. She was finding very irritating friends that were getting her into things, and I was like, you can't do that. But I'm the big sister who was kind of, you know, lame now. So I went to Durban about a month ago, kind of halfway through Mary's Mantle, and I got up on an early flight, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, this rosary is so that me and my sister will be able to be friends again. That is what I wanted. And I prayed it as sincerely as possible. And it's ridiculous because, do you know when you pray for things that are quite direct and they come true, it's like, okay. Because like normally it you know, develops in a slightly different way. But this, I arrived home, my mum was still at work, my dad was doing something somewhere else, and I sat across from the table from my sister, and I had asked her, life would have it, I got injured again this year, and me and my family are all rock climbers, and we were going to go to Rocklands together. My brother's also a climber. Didn't get to go, and we've been trying for 2 years as the 3 siblings to go to Rocklands together. It happened again, I didn't go. So I asked her, how was Rocklands, how was everything? Although I kind of had a sense of things that were going on. There was a lady who was mesmerizing all the men around her, who happened to be my sister's friend. So I mean, I already had an idea that I didn't quite like this person, but she sat across from the table from me, and I said, how was your holiday? She says, you were right about everything. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh no. So this happened, she tells me a whole story, and she's like, you know, Jazz, when we went out to that one thing and you met this lady and said, like kind of didn't seem like you liked her immediately, I knew that there was something wrong with her. And I was like, okay. And it's like an immense amount of pressure for your sister to be like, okay, you're the judge of character of all my friends. But it kind of meant that she trusts me again, which I felt like I'd lost last year. So it's kind of like I can have an honest conversation with her. I'm like, I'm worried about you. Let's do something. Whereas I felt that bond had initially, been severed, and I was very worried about it because I do feel like your siblings, you want to keep close to you and you want to have a relationship with them because they're kind of like the friends that you get and they have to be your friend. but that sort of, like it all got sorted out. We've chatted again since then. And things have slowly been changing. Like, we were talking, so I was obviously doing the rosary at home, and I was like, I'm going to go and do my rosary. And my brother and sister have kind of fallen away from the faith, but, we were talking about rosaries and stuff, and she went to get her rosary and, look at it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, we're going to plant that seed. We'll get there. So it's one of those things that, like, I'll carry on praying and hoping that, the faith that I'm growing will someday go to my siblings again. And that's kind of my journey. It's also a little bit like there's people that I've had really hard times with, and maybe I should just cut them out. And kind of through this journey, I've realized, God wants me there with those people because I'm the person that He is trying to reach out to them through, which is like quite something to realize. So yeah, my journey is definitely not over, but it really has been a good one. And if anyone asks me about Mary's Mantle who hasn't done it, I'll definitely tell them that they should go and do it. Thanks.